Welcome to the Alternative Products Podcast, the ultimate hub for counterculture enthusiasts and innovators. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the world of alternative products together.
All right, y'all, we are here today, and David's got a pretty interesting story. I think he's mirroring what I have already done. He's a flea market entrepreneur,
Right. Yep.
Multiple flea markets at that,
Yep.
right? He's got a pretty interesting story, and I thought you all should hear this, but I found out something pretty unique, or not unique. I know that I've seen several that have already talked about it. So when you found us and you signed up, and they sent you the voucher.
Yeah, so the event here, Alternative Products Expo, gave us a $125 voucher for the travel coming out here.
So they were good on their word.
Yeah, and it was just a straight up check.
Yeah, so you can't beat that.
No, yeah,
How you
really
go wrong?
can't. No, for
How
real.
you go wrong, right? And so I just want to make sure that everybody listening understands that, right? Here, I'm gonna fix your mic because I know that's gonna have to
thanks.
be right. And so I just want to make sure that they all knew that it was for real.
Right.
And we hadn't had anybody on camera yet about it. I've had many tell me that that's happened to them. So I just wanted you on camera to say it.
Yeah.
And so that's good news. And what do you think about the show so far?
Awesome, it's been really educational. So we've learned a lot, found a really good contacts for hardware, packaging, labeling, everything. So on the manufacturing end, we've got all the data here we needed.
Right. So
Awesome.
you've done quite a bit of work.
Yeah, I hit the ground running, came out here, man.
Well, yeah. How many days you here for?
All 3. Yeah, but I've been in Vegas for 5, so.
Oh, you're out here partying too, right?
A little bit,
Okay, all right. Okay, man. So you came up to me, man, and I'm learning that you're in the flea market.
Right.
Right. And how did you find me?
Through YouTube. Yeah,
Through
so
YouTube?
one of my partners found you on YouTube, and then we were like, this guy's story is so similar to ours, we need to meet this man. And then we found out you were going to be here, and it was like, we got to make it.
In the building. You don't want to miss his performance because you got high. He'll be performing at 3:30 here at All Pro Expo.
Great. All right, go.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So you found us. You started watching the videos.
Right.
And we do have a lot of similar about us, except for the prison.
Right.
You're
having
a
gone to
good
prison.
guy.
Yeah,
You're
thanks.
a good guy. All right, no problems there. And you got any children?
I got 1. Yeah.
How old is your child?
2.5.
And you got a significant other.
Yep.
And you two may as well be married.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, right? And where are you located out of?
So our business is based in Lake County, Florida. So
Right.
it's just north of Orlando, at a flea market called Renegers Flea and Farmers Market.
Right.
2 days a week, and doing pretty successfully out there.
You got how many booths you got there?
So we got 2 booths there.
So
Yeah.
2 booths there, opposite ends of the building.
Exactly.
So okay, that's a good idea.
100%.
And so what you're doing is catching them coming and going.
Exactly.
The egress and all right, I get it. And so you got an employee,
Yep.
right? How many you got? How many employees?
Currently I have 3. I just lost one though. He moved to Ohio. So
Right. So it's
he's
not
off to
because he
different-
didn't like you.
Right. No. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Hey, well, what got you into the business?
So I was working professionally in packaging and manufacturing for about 5 or 6 years, and then I ended up going into the medical side of cannabis in Florida. So one company came out to Florida, and basically when I got hired on, there was not tables, chairs, nothing, no product. So I got to be hands-on with the development of everything, like what room is this going to be used for, what product lines are we going to launch, how do we even do that? And then after a while, I was like, well, I've learned so much and I'm so hands-on with the development, why couldn't I just do this for myself? And this is before the Delta 8 was really taking off, so it was just CBD when I started out, and then everything just kind of started taking off with the
Expo, make some
THC.
noise if you're excited to see Afro Man perform live.
Oh, me.
Yeah, I am actually.
And performing at 3:30. Again, that is booth 1518. That's 1518.
Afro Man out here.
Afro Man is in the building.
I've seen him repeat it. I've seen him a lot. Yeah. So yeah, Afro Man, he's
Right.
gonna be in, right?
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool.
And so you decided you get into this.
Yep.
Right. Did you quit the job?
No, so at first I was balancing the both. So I was working 10, 12-hour days, and then I'd come home and make product at night.
Afro Man is in the building, y'all.
And then about 9 months of hybrid working my day job, and then on the weekends busting out the flea market with my guys. It got to the point where I was like, we're making enough money, I think I can take the jump. And then my girl was pregnant, so it was like, I had to make a decision. Am I gonna take a bet on myself and really try this business, or am I gonna submit to just punching the clock every day? And I was
Oh.
like, I ain't doing that. So I took a jump on myself, and we made 6 figures our first year. We 50% growth the second year, pushing on our third year now. We're here now to look for manufacturing equipment and whatnot to basically help speed up our manufacturing capabilities.
So what are you going to manufacture?
Up front, it's probably going to be flour, gummies, creams, and vapes.
Manufacturing. You're going to be doing creams. You're going to be doing flour. You're going to be doing tinctures.
Yep.
And you're
Vapes.
trying to put together your own Delta 8 CBD. What are you doing?
Yeah, essentially we're going to be, obviously into Delta 8 and CBD. THCA is a really big growing component, and on the science end, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, degradation rate of 87% or whatever. You're getting basically Delta 9, but it's hemp.
I had a bioengineer
It's
here
weird.
earlier, and he's kind of into that, and maybe I put you two together and see
Yeah,
what
that'd be cool.
happens, right? Yeah, because he's a pretty smart dude. You sound like you're a real smart dude, man. You're talking, it's just woo, okay, but let me catch on, you
Right.
know? All right, so that's cool. And so, what's the next step?
Ideally, we're going to try to get some more investment and build our money up. We're doing things as cheap as possible without ruining quality. So a low overhead, not taking money out to go splurge or have fun. It's money in, money right back into the business, keep flowing it.
Right.
So the next step, I guess, is going to be to try to increase our purchasing amount for our manufacturing to drive overall prices down. And by doing that, our margin will continue to grow, and we can move into wholesale distribution at a better price point and be competitive to other
That's
bigger
very
brands.
cool, man. That's very cool. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, thanks.
I love it, man. It sounds like you got a good plan, man.
It's solid. I'm hoping. Yeah.
So you've come this way. You found me. Now we're talking. What do you want to ask me? How can I help you?
This journey, man. Like I saw you started in a flea market too, and now you were talking about having big facilities and warehouses and stuff, and kind of just it's like a fog of war when you're running a business, right? You're always doing the next thing. There's a plan, but you're always adapting.
Right.
So really the biggest thing would be like, what does that next step for me really look like? Like
Scale.
that's exactly where
Scale.
I'm at. Yep.
So what you're going to have to do is there another flea market?
Yep.
Okay. Or are you ready to go with a brick and mortar store?
So I thought about it, but I feel like the overhead's what would kill you in the brick and mortar.
Why?
Because the rents and stuff. At least where I'm at, we're looking at like $3,000-$4,000 for your typical retail storefront. Plus, you have additional labor for all the hours of operation. You got to pay your guys.
Business license. You got to make sure all the electricity, all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
County taxes.
But I mean, do you know what your rents are? What's your brick and mortars look like?
Well, the ones I'm looking at, even at like 600 square feet, are like $1,500 a month.
Okay.
And that's pretty solid, and it's in our demographic area, like where we're currently operating. So I'm like, I might jump at that one.
Because you know that no matter what the rent is, it's tax deductible.
True. Yeah,
Whatever the
true.
insurance is tax deductible.
So you just write it all off.
Whatever the
anyways.
utilities are, it's tax deductible.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's how you kind of got to look at it. You don't go into you right now. You got a scarcity mindset.
Right.
And you're telling yourself, I can't do it. I can't do it. You're letting that voice creep in the back of your head, and it talks over your sensibility.
Right. Okay.
Right. And so I did it, man. So I already know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've looked in the mirror many times, and hey, man, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And I can see it.
Yeah.
You know, and it tells you you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. Right. But what it is, it's your brain saying, hey, be careful, be careful. It just doesn't say it that way.
Right.
We hear what we want to hear.
Right.
Right. And so look into that building. Let's find out for sure they'll even let you be in there before you tell yourself you can't do it.
Well, it's currently a smoke shop. It's actually my first wholesale account, like when I first launched out the
so
project.
it's going out of business?
He actually has 2 locations, and he's diverting his interest into like his mom's business she started up or something. So he's closing one of them. So it's already situated for a smoke shop. It's pretty much perfect, like turnkey at that point. Just
Well, then
walk
make
in.
it happen. Yeah, just
Yeah,
go and do
exactly.
it. Go
But
and
that
do it.
upfront cost, you know what I mean? Like having,
What's the upfront cost?
well, the rent, the employees. I want to make sure I pay my guys, you know.
Right, I understand that, but I mean, that's your full-time job at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Monday, Sunday.
Right.
It's you.
Every day. That's how
You
this
know?
hustle really is, though. Like you
That
have
is
to
what
get out
it is.
there. Yeah.
So when you go up there to the flea market, do you work the flea market still?
Yeah, I got the flea market going
You know
on.
all your customers?
90% of them.
Exactly, man, because
Yeah.
they're regulars. Find out what the rent is. Find out what the utilities is going to be. Let's find out, where are you buying the stock
What do you mean?
from him?
I can. I probably won't. He mostly does like nicotine and stuff like that, and I try to keep to just the hemp stuff.
So you're not going to have any disposable vapes?
Like nicotine ones, probably not. That's a brand thing. But I know the money side, it's like, I mean, even at this event, you can
Hey,
see
but just
80% of them.
remember, man, people are used to coming there for the disposable.
Right. Right, and that's kind of where I was at too. Like the established clientele is gonna have an expectation for the product line.
And so if you put in enough of that there that it satiates them,
Right.
you'll be fine. Otherwise, you're going to try to kill the demographic.
True.
And so you're trying to reinvent the wheel of the business.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to like mess up with the established
even though it's a
clientele
new smoke shop, that's their spot they like to go to because it's close to their home.
Right.
And so we're very tribal. We like to go back to the same spots over and over and over.
Exactly.
You know, you probably eat the same restaurants all the time.
Right.
You know, you get your gas from the same place, you know, for your car or whatever. And you do that. You know, you buy your clothes from the same spot.
Right.
You know, we all do that. We're all the same way. And so they're going to be the same way as far as that goes. So although you might not like it, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that market worse than anything
Honestly.
in the world. But it's a necessary evil because we don't do things for us. We do things for the customer.
Yeah, exactly.
So just understanding my retail, I don't carry cigarettes. I do not
Right.
carry cigarettes.
Margin of
But I mean,
cigarettes are
I carry cigars,
Nice.
but I do not carry cigarettes. All right, it's too much nasty shit in them.
Right.
And they kill people.
Yeah.
Right, and I know that to be a fact because it's on the side of the damn pack.
Right. Yeah.
If you can't
It's on
read,
the
you
front
deserve to
now,
die,
yeah.
bro. You deserve to die if you can't read. So that, in a nutshell, man, you're gonna have to probably do that for them
Right.
if you get that spot. But I think if it's already established,
Jump in. Yeah. When I seen it pop up, I was like, that's
Yeah,
like
man.
an obvious move there.
yeah.
Like,
So you pick that up, man. Go ahead and help him get out of there.
So on the real end though, as far as like initial inventory, if I didn't buy a stock or even if I did, like what's a good range there as far as cost? Because like you said earlier, some people say, oh, $5,000 to start a smoke shop, and that is complete BS. I have single purchase orders that cost more than that, so
Me
there's
too.
no way.
Me too. I mean, I can buy $10,000 worth of kratom just for one store.
Fuck me, that's awesome.
We're gonna sell 300. We're gonna sell 300 kilos a month.
That's nuts.
Yeah, no matter what.
Nuts.
Yeah, we sell that much kratom.
Wow.
Right, and you're
That market's exploding from what I'm saying.
well, you know, kava's become a big deal
Right, I've
down
seen
in
that
your
too,
area,
yeah.
especially. And there's a vendor in here at the All Pro that's selling kava gummies. You know, and I'm just
Right.
now starting to see that come out.
Nice.
And I think she's on the precipice of something really big. But when people start buying them, they'll start knocking them off everywhere.
Right, yeah,
And that's
exactly.
the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem with it. But if we know that's going on, you know, they're buying CBD, they're buying kratom, they're still buying CBD gummies, believe it or not.
Yeah, they
You
really
know.
are. I still know.
And
Yeah.
so they're still buying tinctures, CBD
Yeah.
tinctures.
I actually sell a lot of tinctures.
Yeah,
Weird.
of course you do. We're all the same. We're in the same market, bro.
Yeah.
So we've all done it the same way. You're not. All you're doing is at a smaller level today.
Right.
Then your next step is that 600 square foot store.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's addictive. So once you get a 600 square foot store, you're looking at the 1,500 square foot.
Exactly.
Right. I've got a 5,000 square
That's
foot store.
nuts.
It's a superstore.
Wow.
Right? And there's several $1,000s in there, man. And we have insurance for it, but it's quite a bit of insurance. So just understand that when you do this, it's going to be addictive. Here's
Right.
600 square foot. There's 1,500. Hey, look at that 2,200 one.
Right,
That's
right.
nice too. I love
Yeah.
that. Look at that neighborhood, right? But as landlords start seeing you in this,
Yeah.
you rent from this landlord. Oh, I know him. Hey, you know this guy? Oh yeah, he's good. He pays his rent. Okay, because he's trying to get me a building over here too. Oh, he ain't leaving you. He's adding another.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he's great. So then
Yeah. Don't have to worry about rent payments.
They talk. So just know when I get that 600, I promise you, you're gonna get that 12 or 15.
Nice.
And when you get that 12, 15, that 2,200 is gonna look good too, right?
Right.
Be careful, because after you get out of 1,500, that's a lot of room.
Right.
You
yeah.
better have a lot of product to fill it
Yeah.
up, right?
And then instead of just retail, do you think that's the best route? Is to stick with retail because of the margin,
until
or is
you learn it,
and then push the wholesale
right.
after that and
So
distribution?
once you learn it, once you say, hey man, I got 3 stores, but in order to have product with 3 stores, you got to buy it distribution levels,
Right.
so that you get your margins down even
Exactly,
further.
yeah.
But hey man, now I got a pallet of detox. What shit am I gonna do with all this, right? I may not sell all this. That's when you start wholesaling.
Got you.
So
So,
you-
it's like a pressure valve for your
That's
inventory.
right. It's a pressure valve for the
Interesting.
inventory.
Yeah.
And that's how we got started. That's exactly how we got
Right,
started.
right.
We had all the stores, and then in order to buy for the rest of them,
Right.
we were buying at distribution level. Well, man, you know, when I've got $25,000 worth of water pipes,
I need to move that shit.
man, I need that money. That gone.
You're right.
We was putting it in Facebook groups. That's how old we are.
Nice.
And we was telling them, hey, we got this amount, and these are the pictures of them, and this is what we'll take, and $250 minimum order, right? DM me, DM me, DM me, DM
Wow.
me, and that's how it started.
Right.
Just like that.
Nice.
Hey, we got these hand pipes. We get 25,000 hand pipes, and hey, these are the ones we've got. DM me if you're interested. DM me, DM me,
Wow,
DM me, and it just
wow,
went
okay.
down, and you could watch it happen. And we had our notifications set on the phone until we finally had to turn them off
Nice.
because it just constantly
Right,
ding, ding, ding. We did scales the same way, and so next thing you know, we are de facto a wholesale company.
Right.
And we were literally selling everything on Facebook groups.
So does it kind of just like over a short period of time go like you scaled up the retail side and then it kind of just starts to morph into a wholesale operation?
So let's just say this company right here hits you up and says, hey Adam, this is what I got going on, but I'm going to need you to be buying this, this, and this.
Right.
And David tells them, man, I don't think I can afford that many. Well, you've got this many stores, so you're going to be doing this, right? And I'm going to need you, this is how many flavors I can put on a pallet.
Right.
This is how many different sizes I can put on a pallet. And I'll sell it all to you at distro level.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then, man, you know that there's some other companies around you, right? Because nothing creates a crowd quite like a crowd, right?
Right, exactly.
And so I get this this brand. I don't want to say it over there.
Right, yeah, I feel you.
And then I start putting them in everybody else's store too, right? But you're the plug.
Right.
You're the owner of
Yeah.
it as far as where everybody's getting it. So you can sell it cheaper than the rest of them. Right?
Exactly,
But it doesn't
exactly.
matter because it's got brand recognition and you made it happen
Right.
locally.
So basically it's just, like you said, scaling up the purchase orders to the point where the margin is so good.
And that's it.
Doesn't make sense not to
It's
do
all it
wholesale.
takes. It's all it
Genius.
takes.
Genius.
And that's how you get into it.
Right.
And then next thing you know, man, you're buying pallets just to offload it.
Damn.
So you're flipping pallets.
Right. That's kind of where I would like to be, you know.
Well, yeah, but you got to get there.
Right,
You
it's
gotta
gonna take
get
a
there,
minute,
bro.
for
You're gonna
sure.
get there, but you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it because you're hungry. You're hungry
Yeah.
for it, and that's the way it's gonna be.
Awesome, man.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Anything else?
So much more, man. I'm gonna have to send you an email or something.
That's what you do. I know, man, I put you on the spot here for this, but I wanted people to hear your story that you started in a flea market. Now you're in 2 spots in
Right.
that flea market, coming and going. You're making enough money that matters,
Right. Yeah.
you know? And it's not like you don't have other options. You can still punch a clock and do that
You could,
bullshit.
yeah.
You know, you've got the education to do all that. And but I really think you and that bioengineer should get together.
Yeah,
I'd like to
that'd be
see you
cool.
two butt heads and talk. You know, he's a pretty smart dude too.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
had him up here. He's a really nice man too. So I want to introduce you though. I hope I catch you
Cool, yeah.
here any second. And so just keep your head down
Gotcha.
and just keep putting the money back. Put it into more product, more product, more product,
Yeah, that's
more
all we
product. Right, and just build it up. And then your nest eggs in the product.
Exactly.
Just don't have old product
Yep.
laying around.
FIFO.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So always think I got to move every bit of it.
Right.
All right. And if that includes getting on Facebook, joining the groups, wholesaling that shit in there,
Right.
finding somebody else that can offload your cost, do it.
Yeah.
Even if you got to ship, it's pretty simple.
So that kind of makes sense too. Yeah, you buy a pallet. It's like I only need a half a pallet, but I need to buy the full pallet for the distribution
For the
price.
distribution
I'll
pricing.
offload the other
Right.
half. That
And
makes a
it's
lot of
easy to
sense.
do in town, man.
Right.
See, and it gives you another reason to write the car off.
True. Yeah.
So you load the car up, you go and you unload it, right? And then you get to know each person. Whether you know it or not, in my town, in Louisville, Kentucky, everybody in Louisville knows each other.
Nice.
We all know each other. I don't even feel like he's my competition or she's my competition or these guys or these two there's 2 twin women over there I like too. They're real nice people.
Right.
But they I just don't feel like they're my competition because we're all spread out. We're not on top of each other. Now some of them are over top of each other.
Right.
But man, like they bring each other coffee and everything,
That's
man. They're
awesome.
cool with each other. And it's a different world, but I think that's what our industry is.
I was gonna say I think our
Yeah.
culture of this industry in general is a little
And,
different.
you know, and I find that, you know, some of the Middle Eastern people don't care if you're white, you know, and now some of them are a little weird about some things, but they, you know, they're from a different world than we are, man,
Right.
in all honesty. But, you know, I've never been treated bad or anything like that. You know, I've had them tell me, oh, you're crazy, that price. You know, and you hear all that, right?
Right.
That's just part of it, man. That's part of their culture, and you have to understand that too.
Yeah,
And
the haggling
they
part.
like to haggle
Yeah.
a little bit, you know, and it's fun for them. But as long as they get a good deal and you get a good deal, who cares?
Right.
And so that's how we treated them, you know.
Genius, yeah.
But we also find that this is not a racial issue, you know, within our industry. We don't care if you're black, you're white, you're green.
No.
You know, as long as you want to get together and do some commerce and help each other make the extra money,
Right.
nobody seems to care.
Yeah, and honestly, that's where cannabis in general is. It's just
I
it's
think
such
so,
a
too.
unifying thing across all lines,
I think so,
political, racial. Like,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And, you know, and
that's why I love it so much.
right, I do too.
It's
Man. I
fucking awesome.
like it. I liked it so much. I knew I could never sell it again, but I want to sell the accoutrements.
Yep, there you
and
go.
here I am. All right,
Killing it,
bud.
man.
I
Thank you
appreciate you
so
coming
much,
in.
man.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it,
much.
brother. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to get all of your info and we'll drop it down underneath. So if you need to get a hold of David, he'll be out there waiting on you. Hit him up and hit up all of his social media and see what he's got to offer. And see you next time.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right, bro. Amazing, brother.
Thanks,
Appreciate it,
man.
That was so much fun.
As the industry continues to evolve, so will we, bringing you the latest trends, innovations, and stories from the front lines. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, and industry peers to help us spread the word and continue to grow this community. Thank you for being a part of the Alternative Products Podcast.